Hey guys, Lo-Fi here, back at it again with another review, this time on the Marvel Legends Haslab Giant Man, and this guy is huge, so bear with me while I attempt to review this man. So, this guy, I ended up getting him for my birthday. I want to say he is about 2 feet tall. I don't have the exact measurements with me, but this guy is great. He has really nice detailing all over the figure, nice textured detail all over the gloves, trunks, and boots, and I'll get into that really close up in just a moment. But first, I'll show you guys the articulation. So, you'll have to bear with me when I kind of zoom in on this guy. Let's have a good look at the face sculpt right here. Very cool. Very cool to look at. Right there. And actually I am using just like my phone camera, so just slowly panning down as much as possible. Let me give you guys a better look. All the way down and all the way back up. And the detail on this guy is incredible. And that face profile right here. Right there, all those, that sculpted detail is very nice. You can see all that stitching up there. You can see it all throughout the suit, all the texture details, all the leather details. And this is a very unorthodox way that I am reviewing this figure. This guy is just so huge that my tripod is fully extended, and even then I can only get just like a little look at him. Zoom out. Y'all can kind of see that. Stabilize that right there. There we go. And now I'll show you guys some articulation. So right here, his arm can extend about this high, and he does have a little bit of a butterfly joint, so I can go back, go forward, and you can hear those detents working as I move the shoulder. He also does have bicep swivel. Just double joint elbows. Little ratchet hinge joint right at the arm. And we'll rotate and hinge up and down. The thumb can move in and out, and all the fingers, all the phalanges can move and are fully articulated. It's very cool. And from the top of his head, he can look up about this high, which is very good. He can look down about this much, which is not awesome, but still pretty cool. And you can do the all the way around. Still hear some detents going up in the head. And this upper torso's got some good movement right here. You can rotate. And he has a reverse ab crunch, so he can bend forward about this far. You can bend back about this far. And I was getting him into some Spider-Man poses earlier, which is pretty fun. This guy's hard to photograph when you're trying to pose him at the same time. So it takes a lot of patience because of how large he is. And I do not own these figures, but other action figure reviewers who own these, like the Haslab, Galactus, and Sentinel, are much bigger than this figure. So, like, for better scaling, those guys are, I want to say, about a couple of heads taller than him. Anyway, his leg can kick out about this far. And his leg can go out about this much, which isn't great. can't really do the perfect splits, but he's such a large figure, it doesn't really matter that much. You won't be getting him into, I don't think many people will be getting him into super dynamic poses. He's just really fun to have on the shelf. He does have thigh cut right here at his like trunks area, which is very cool, very good way to hide it. And then he has double jointed knees that go in about this far. Again, the articulation is very good. A little limited, but he's such a big character, it doesn't really matter. But Hasbro has put a lot of detail and care into this articulation scheme, which I really appreciate. And then his ankles go down, they go up, they rotate right here, have a little bit of pivoting, and he has toe articulation. All in all, a lot of really great articulation for this figure, and super fun to pose around and play with. When I first got him earlier on this month, I was just playing with him for hours because he's just super fun to pose. And a thing about these joints, these finger joints, is that they get stuck very easily. So if anyone was lucky enough to get this figure or ends up getting this on the aftermarket, I will say just put those in hot water, heat them up a little bit before you pose them around, because I have heard of people having these fingers break on them. It hasn't happened to me yet because, again, I don't mess around with this guy as much because he's such a big figure and I have nowhere to really display him for now. But he is very fun to pose around and play with. Now that the articulation and kind of the look has been squared away, now I'll go into accessories. He does have some accessories, mostly involving his head because he has interchangeable faceplates and interchangeable antennae. And for this, I'm going to pop his little head off. And popping his head off is not that much of a chore, it just pops right off. Now I'll give you a better look at this head sculpt as of right now. Let me just make sure that's all kind of locked in. Okay, here we go. So his head sculpt is very well detailed. See all those details right there, all these panelings, and even in the face, the sculpting is very, very cool, very nice. Very good looking all the way up to his antennae. Let's see. And you can get a better look at those face sculpts by popping these two tabs open and just kind of peeling this away. I'll do this on camera so you guys can kind of see how to do it. And I am holding my arms away from the camera so we'll have a good zoom. So, there we go. Just take his little mask off. And there we go. Better look at that face sculpt. Very nice looking. And the way you just pops right off. And you can pop the eyes off for interchangeable eyes options. So mine had a manufacturing error, so I ended up with two side eyes instead of a side eye and a looking forward eye, which is very unfortunate. I did try to reach out to Hasbro, but that didn't really end up working out because this was a gift, so oh well. But he does also come with an angry head. Also, like, same details, whatever. Very fun, very cool looking. Pop that off. He also comes with a pair of looking down eyes, which I did get. And you can get that going. Some of the looking down eyes. The other thing he comes with is a pair of yellow eyes, kind of like glazed over, bloodshot, kind of tired eyes. But those work with more of this head sculpt. And this is the Marvel Zombies head sculpt. And this has a lot of great details, little purple boils and bubbles all over. Very cool looking, very, very nice. Huge fan of this look. Very huge fan of this look. Looks very cool. See his yellow teeth, all dirty and whatnot. Very, very neat. And you can just take the head, pop it right back through the mask. And there. Very cool zombie giant man. And I did say that you can interchange the antennas. And those will just pop right out. And you can give him more battle damaged antennas for the zombie look. Make sure I have those right and pop those back in. And they're more gnarled, scratched looking. And they look really cool with this head sculpt. Or you can do more of the traditional looking black antennae, and that's also a very cool look. Very good looking. Very good looking head sculpt indeed. Let me pop his regular head back on as a regular faceplate, and then I'll get into some size comparisons. And these size comparisons won't be very fair because he is a very, very big man. Big man. Let me take that, pop that back in. Now my favorite look is the white antennae, but I'll keep the black antennae on for now just because they look cool too, and you know, all the different looks deserve a little love. Let me zoom back out so you guys can see him in all of his glory. There we go. And then I'll get the other figures for the size comparison. Here's a little just Avengers sampling that I have to just go with this giant man. And this guy is really, really awesome, really fun figure. Just a great guy to look at, and is super, super fun. And I hope you guys kind of enjoy the review, enjoy hanging out with me. And I really appreciate you guys watching my videos and the continued support. I've just been really busy kind of collecting and playing with my figures. I haven't really thought about posting stuff in the community. I occasionally post stuff to my TikTok. I don't really post to my Instagram anymore, but I do still enjoy collecting figures, and hopefully when I move out of my apartment and into a house, it'll encourage me to collect more and post a little more and try to keep up with the community as much as possible. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Later.